Hey, good day to all of you. My name is Blair and welcome to another Linux app. Today we're gonna take a look into my screen recorder, which is the open broadcast software, which is the OBS Studio. Now let's take a look into this application and see why is it this native Linux application is very much alive even in Mac or in Windows. Let's go to our software. So we have this OBS Studio. So how do you download this OBS Studio? Then of course I'll introduce you to the Linux Software Center, which is I'm using the big Linux. Then I have the big store. Let's open that one. And of course, if you could find it in our category, it will be on the multimedia. So go to the category right here, which is the screen recording, and then click that category. It's still in our multimedia. Then you'll see the OBS Studio right here. So as you can see, my OBS Studio is right here and it's already installed. If you want to look into this in the native app or native program, then you will have this information that is free and open source software for video capture, recording, and live streaming. Yes, and they have all the features right here, from setting up unlimited scene, powerful and easy to use configuration, and all those stuff. It is a professional tool for all of the screen recording on Linux. And of course, this is also available in Windows and in Mac. So this is a cross-platform. And of course, if you want to visit the website, just go to the obsproject.com. So as you can see, the license is GPL, which means it is a general public licensee. So it will be a Linux program. Okay, let me close this one because I already installed this one. You could also go to the website. Let's use the Brave browser. So let's type in OBS Studio and then let's hit enter and go to the obsproject.com. So as you can see, we have all the details right here. So the sponsors are YouTube, Logitech, Twitch, NVIDIA, AMD, Intel, Yamaha, and Elgato. And of course, we also have Overwolf, and everything is all set right here. So as you can see, we have the Windows, Mac, and Linux. So the latest version, because Linux has the advanced and it's always up to date, so it is version 32.0.2, while we have the 0.4 for the Windows and Mac because of the security that they were always asking, and if they could go to the back door, something like that. So that is why the Windows and the Mac has the 32.0.4 version, but it's just the continuation. So the numbers doesn't add anything, but the security system and the software that will be connected to the different types of servers are more on that particular area. Just like right here in Linux, because we are a little bit advanced compared to Windows and Mac, we have all the version already, especially if you are using the latest rolling type release distro OS operating system, then you will have this different setup of your computer. So you could click right here. As you can see, the details down there, exe or exe. For Mac OS, this is supposed to be in your app store. Okay, so you have to head in your app store and download there. Okay, so we could also click the category right here. As you can see, we have all the information right here. If you have the Windows, it will be highlighted right here. So you have all the options right here, from the BitTorrent to the zip file to the download, even the Microsoft Store or Steam. For Mac, you have the DMG right here for the Intel and the Apple Silicon or ARM computers. And of course, it is also available in the Steam Deck and also in the App Center or the App Store. So as you can see, we have our Linux right here. It is available in our FlatHub Flatpak. You could also check it out in the official software center on your store, which is I'm using the big store. We have also information right here from the news, right here in the news, where you have the version 32, which is I discovered last September. It was so awesome in rendering that it's so fast actually to render in Linux, and I was surprised when I download the latest version. But I think in Windows it was available in like December, but in Linux it was available around September, October, November, within that area. Depends on the official repository or the Linux distro that you have. So it's really up to your distro at the same time. But it is also available in the FlatHub or Flatpak. As you can see right here, it was on September 2025 when they released the version 32. Cool, right? And we also have the help, so knowledge about the guide, the Discord, at the same time forums right here, certified devices that you could like use for the OBS Studio, plus the feedback and the source right here. And you also have the developer document on the bottom. FYI, of course, OBS Studio is absolutely for free. It is open source software development by volunteers, contributors around the world. It is their free time. They just help each other, of course, by helping donate at the same time, right here. Contribute, donate. You could help the software to make everything better. And of course, OBS, download it in the official repository and official website only. It's virus free, no virus at all. Okay, so don't go to shady website advertising OBS. Okay, and of course you also have the forum. On the forum, of course, you have the Windows support. As you can see, some of the Windows user actually struggle in recording, so that's why it is much like very active. They have some problems, especially if you have the different types of Windows, like Windows 10, Windows 7, or Windows 8, or even Windows 11. So you have different types of struggle in the OBS recording, like the video recording or the screen recording. For Mac, well, it's just only the multi-streaming is the problem most of the time, and especially in the plugin. In Linux, I think it is more on the settings. So in our settings right here, you could always go right here on the general. So you have the general right here. English is my preferred language. Appearance at the same time, streaming. If you have this service like the Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and all those stuff, you could like click that one and then your destination server and your stream key, and it will generate for you. And of course, you also have the settings for your output. For your output, actually, I usually use the 2500 kbps for my bitrate for the video. For the bitrate for my audio, most of the time I use the 160. For the video encoder, X264 is the best for me, and I always set it with the audio encoder AAC as my default. And of course, my folder, I usually put it on my video folder, and I have the sub folder which is the screen recording. You could also change it by browsing right here. Quality, well, I usually high quality settings and medium size file, and my format mostly is MP4. And of course, you could also add more tracks right here, like audio track 1 if you have different audio, like for example, like right here, audio track 2, then you could like set right here, okay? And so on goes with the audio 3 and 4 if you have the multi-track recording. For video, of course, the resolution most of the time I use the 1080. You could also input your hotkey, abilities, and advance at the same time. Okay, let me close that one. My settings of my source, I use the screen right here, but I also imposed a image right here at the back. When I move the screen right here, as you can see, I have my graphics at the back. And my transition most of the time is the fade. I don't use the cut at the same time, so I could like fill it up like the whole screen. And for screen, I have double screen. As you can see, when I move my mouse, I have only one mouse. In two screen, I have also one keyboard for both displays right here. One keyboard for two displays. There. As you can see, you could see my screen right there. Cool, right? And of course, for your audio right here, you could select in the properties what kind of audio device that you have. I have actually two. Make it three. I have the other one. I have the noise cancellation microphone at the same time. So I wanted to let you see that one. And for streaming, you could like click right here for streaming. If you already set all of your streaming service for your recording, then you could like click that one. And if you want to stop it, just click the stop recording at the same time right here. So I usually use the OBS right here on my Linux. Especially I only have like 4 something ish CPU when it's running, and it's 30 frames per second. In my Mac and my Windows, sometimes it ramps up like really high. Sometimes it has 10 CPU, something like that. I mean in percentage, I say. So as I say, it's most of the time it's like that, 10, 15, or maybe more than. Sometimes it reaches more. So that's why I prefer using Linux compared to Windows or Mac. They're really like building up the CPU and the RAM as much as they could. Like, I don't know why. I think it's more on the telemetries at the same time. So nothing against with them. Alright, so if you have some question, feel free to ask me. Write it in the comments down below. And if you have some problems, just go to the forum or just go to their socials and ask for help. I'm Blair, your science, computer, mathematics, and engineering teacher, at the same time your former disaster manager. Bye for now and see you in the next adventure. Ciao!